I'm Ava, and today we are giving this doll a makeover. There's really nothing wrong with this doll, other than the fact that her hair has gotten a little bit beat up. There's just lots of breakage all over her hair, and it really just isn't a look. I just want to switch it up. I kind of want to take her braids out just to see how bad her hair really is, because these have been in for a while. Guys, why am I kind of second guessing this right now? Maybe her hair isn't as bad as I thought it was. Whatever, I've committed to the idea. Let's just do this. So as always, I'm going to start with some boiling hot water, and I'm going to dip the doll's head into it. And then we're just gonna kind of yank it off. Oh my gosh. No! I got my backdrop all wet. No! Okay, let's do it. Let's cut off all the hair. Can't go back now. Now I'm gonna trim the rest of the hair down to the roots. Now we're at the fun buzz cut stage, but this next part is not so fun. I'm basically gonna use these tweezers to scrape out all the little hair plugs from her head. It is also satisfying though. No! I pulled out some of her eyelashes. I was not being careful enough. I guess we should just pull them all out then. That's so sad. And now I'm gonna use some acetone to carefully remove the color from the top of her head. And now I want to give this doll some pink hair. I've been wanting to use this hair. It's quite out there, so I've been like kind of scared to actually use it on a doll, but I think it could be a look, guys. There's only one way to find out, and hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I'm right. But because I do want to give her pink hair, we're gonna paint her scalp with some pink acrylic paint. And now we're gonna reroot the doll. It has been quite some time since I've done a doll makeover, and I've honestly not missed the process of rerooting. And actually, speaking of makeovers, this video is sponsored by Life Makeover. Life Makeover is a brand new life simulation game where you can basically live out your dream life. You can create and fully customize your very own avatar, from the body shape, height, skin color, facial features, to lips, eyelash curl, makeup, and so much more. Look at the avatar I created. I had to give her pink hair like our custom doll. In the game, you can build dream homes and design and furnish them in exactly the way you want. You can unlock thousands of beautiful fashion styles and even create your very own fashion brand, becoming a fashion clothing designer yourself. There are tons of clothing options, from princess style to everyday style. There are so many to choose from. Not to mention, Life Makeover is a social game where you can invite friends from all over the world to play with you too. Life Makeover gives you the ability to be super creative while living out your dream life. And guys, I honestly can't get over the beautiful graphics of this game. Like, not only is it extremely fun and addictive to play, but also so aesthetically pleasing and detailed. Life Makeover's brand new version, Belle Snow and the Christmas costume Reindeer Elf, will be launched from December 22nd to January 16th, and the new custom Clockwork Heart will be available by December 26th. Additionally, if you sign up from December 24th to January 1st, you can unlock the new custom Crystal Melody for free. Make sure to click on the link in the description box below to download Life Makeover now. Thank you, Life Makeover, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. Okay, so for this reroot, I definitely don't need super long strands of hair, so I'm gonna cut this in half very carefully. This stresses me out. Then I take little strands of hair, I fold it in half, grab it with my rerooting tool, and poke it into the doll's head. Oh my, that was actually not a good example, but you get the idea. And I'm gonna continue this process for her entire head, but I'm gonna start by going on the very outer part of her hairline, all the way around. Okay, the paint on her scalp is peeling. I don't know why this happens sometimes. Like, sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, that's really not ideal, and hopefully that just stops. Okay, I've got the outermost of the hairline all done, so now I'm just gonna start filling in the rest of the head. Okay, we have most of the head filled in now. All that's left is the part line. And for the part line, all I do is put in a piece of hair, and then I split the piece in half so that it'll create a nice clean look, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to continue that all the way down, poking in the hair and splitting it in half. Okay, now that she's completely rerooted, I'm going to carefully tie back her hair so that the part lays nice and flat in all the right directions. Now, I was gonna give back her eyelashes right now, but I think I'm gonna actually do that later, because otherwise it's gonna make the whole repainting process very difficult. And so I'm gonna take my fabric tack glue. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, why is it doing that? 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 Oh my gosh. And I'm just gonna squeeze a bunch of this into the doll's head, and this will hold all of the hair in place. And I like to squish around the head just to make sure the glue really gets everywhere in there. The last thing you're gonna want is to redo all of this. And then I'm gonna let this dry overnight. It is the next day, and it looks like all of her hair is nice and dry and gonna hopefully stay in place. So I'm gonna put her head back on her old body. But first I need to kind of re-glue the neck peg here. I must have swapped her head before when I was giving her eyelashes, and I should probably never swap this body again because I don't know how much longer this neck peg is gonna last. So yeah, I'm just gonna use my hot glue gun to re-glue this piece in place. And now let's place the head back on the body. It's always a bit of a struggle, but it's also extremely satisfying. Okay, why isn't this working? What the heck? And now I'm gonna rinse her hair under some boiling hot water so that it will lay nice and flat. Okay, now that the hair's been boil washed, I'm feeling better about it. Not that I ever didn't have confidence in this, but it's easier to doubt it in the earlier stages. But I'm really liking it now. And her hair feels really nice and silky. It's definitely a bit of a different hair material that I haven't rerouted a whole head of hair with before. And I was kind of hesitant about it, but I think I'm liking it. It's very shiny and metallic-y looking. And so the next step is cutting her hair. I am noticing that this particular hair type does like to emphasize the little shorter pieces, so we kind of have that same breakage looking problem. So I'm definitely gonna want to cut off at least a bit from the bottom to kind of prevent that, plus just all the scraggly ends in general. Okay, so I kept the hair at a pretty long length. As for hairstyle, I might leave her hair straight, I might do something different, but either way, we'll worry about that later. I think it's time to move on to the repainting portion of this makeover. And if you're new here, I like mixing matte Mod Podge and acrylic paint for my doll repaints. I'm gonna start off with one of my classic moves, which is darkening the doll's nostrils. If you think this is weird, then you're probably new here. And while I have this brown paint going on, I'm actually going to darken her ears as well a little bit. I did this a while back on one of my older doll makeovers, and I kind of forgot how much I liked it. Again, I just add some dimension to the doll and makes them a little more realistic. Like, look at this ear, and then look at this ear. I don't know if you can even tell the difference, but there is a difference to me, and I actually don't know if I like it. I'm actually questioning it. It kind of looks a little weird at the moment. Either way, we're gonna do with the other ear as well. Okay, I think I like how I did this ear better, actually. It's just a little less drastic. Now, for her eyes, I do really like the brown color, so I think I'm gonna stick to it and just repaint it with the exact kind of brown color because I do like the look of when the eyes are repainted, even if it's the exact same color. Then I'm gonna paint back in her pupils and add back a little bit of shine to her eyes. I also did add a little bit more black to the top of her eye, kind of closing in the white areas a bit more and just kind of making her eyes look a little bit smaller and a little more natural. And then I'm just gonna add a really thin layer of matte Mod Podge to the whole eye just to kind of seal it in. This always looks a little scary. And I'm also gonna add a couple little extra eyebrow hairs to her eyebrows. I always like to do this just to add a little bit more dimension. And then for her lips, I mixed together some pink and some glossy Mod Podge, and I'm just gonna paint over the lipstick she already has. I honestly don't know if her lips look any different than they did before, but I like the feeling of knowing that I did it myself. Now we have the classic Crusty Dusty palette. The name speaks for itself. At this point, this is just a signature thing on the channel, and I'm never gonna stop being ashamed of this. But we're getting use out of old makeup, which is also still the makeup that I use like on my face. So I have a cotton swab, and I'm gonna take a bit of the blush. Oh, I forgot she's naked. I should give her clothes. I'm gonna take the blush and I'm gonna carefully apply it to her cheeks. I don't want to overdo it, but I also definitely want it to be noticeable as well. And I add a little bit to her nose and chin as well. And yeah, I just love the color that it brings to her face. But now I think it is time to give back her eyelashes. I'm a bit nervous for this because I am really happy with her face right now, and I don't want to like somehow have the eyelashes ruin it. But I don't think that will be the case. It's just always a bit nerve-wracking. So for the eyelashes, I'm going to use this dark brown hair. I'm going to take a super skinny strand of it onto my rerouting tool and just poke it into the doll's face. And I'm just going to repeat that all along her eyes. This is the lashes situation right now, and clearly we don't want them to stay this way. So I'm going to trim them down. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we brought back the lashes. They look so good on her. Oh my gosh, yeah, no regrets there. Okay, so I know I literally said earlier that we shouldn't swap this body again.
I should probably never swap this body again.
But I think I should remove her head and glue her eyelashes in place. Otherwise, they're not gonna stay and they're gonna just fall out so easily, and I don't wanna have to redo this for a third time. So we're gonna heat up her head again in the boiling hot water. I definitely should have done this before I actually did her eyelashes. I didn't think I'd be removing her head for a second time in this video. Let's pop off her head and hope everything goes smoothly. Please and thank you. Are you kidding me? I got my background wet again. The neck peg broke, but I was kind of expecting that. I'll just glue it back in place again. Okay, but now we can glue our eyelashes in place. I'm just gonna use a little bit of fabric tack glue. I glued these in place. I also glued the neck peg back together. Let's put her head back on her body and let's hope that it can stay this way now. Okay, at this point, I'm ready to give her an outfit and move on from any sort of face stuff. Let's get her changed. Okay, I went for a bit of a different approach with her outfit. Usually on the doll makeovers, I do like a top and a bottom and something usually more on the casual side. But I really wanted to use this big dress that I recently reviewed in my last video, so definitely check that out, because I think it just makes such a statement with the pink hair and it's just gorgeous. And as for her hair, I do think I'm going to keep it straight, but I wouldn't mind giving her a little hairstyle. So I think I'm just going to take two pieces from the front and kind of like pull it up and back on her head. And this is what I ended up going with. I also did leave out these front pieces and I think it looks pretty good, but to make it even better, I have this little black ribbon that I'm gonna tie in her hair. Yeah, that's adorable. And the one thing about this hair is that it is pretty like staticky. So these bits in the front don't always like to stay nice, but if I just like wet my fingers a little bit and like go like that every like 5 minutes, it should be fine. Let's start accessorizing her, and I'm gonna start by giving her this cute little necklace. Her ears are already pierced, so I'm gonna give her these little pearl earrings. These are absolutely adorable. It's been a while since I've actually put earrings in your ear, so hopefully I don't have to re-pierce these. Oh my gosh, I might have to re-pierce these. I have my thumbtack, the clear one, if you know, you know, and I'm just gonna poke it into her ear. Wiggle it around a bit, pull it out, and quickly put the new earring in. And let's do that on the other ear as well. Now, as much as I do like the simplistic style of this dress, I do think it'd be kind of cute to add this belt. Now I have these little gloves that match the exact material of the dress and actually came with this dress. The only downside is that her fingers will be covered in case I wanted to give her some painted fingernails, but I think we have to at least see how they would look on. Okay. We're keeping these, no questions asked. This looks amazing. Okay, now not that it really matters because you won't really see her feet anyways. I still definitely think we should give her some shoes just so we at least know she's not walking around barefoot. So yeah, although nobody's gonna see these, I'm just gonna give her these cute little elegant black heels. Okay, for purses, I'm thinking either this little one that matches the material of her dress or this little Chanel one, which is just also so adorable. I'm thinking maybe this Chanel. I just don't know exactly how I want her to hold it. Like maybe like that? Or maybe like there? Yeah, that's better. Okay, the little dead ends on her hair really are killing me, so I'm just gonna like, you know, kind of just get rid of those a little bit. They're still not perfect, but like that's much better, I think. Okay guys, now as much as I want to do more and like give her some tattoos or some piercings or some more accessories, I almost feel like we should leave it at this. Like I think for this doll, less is more. I just am in love with the way she looks right now and I don't really want to mess with it. And so that is this custom doll makeover all complete. I absolutely love how she came out. Make sure to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, leave your name suggestions as well so we can pick out a name for this doll. Don't forget to download Life Makeover using the link in the description box below. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can become part of the #DD Squad. I hope you guys love this doll as much as I do, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Bye!